I've uncovered the safest, most conservative retirement plan you could come up with. You're not going to beat this. You're not going to beat it in terms of safety and conservatism. All right, so watch your old buddy Josh take you through this, what I've been working on. Man, my eyebrows are getting bushy. Bushy. I got to shave these guys, man. My wife cuts my hair. She didn't shave my eyebrows last time. What if I shave my eyebrows? All right, so check this out. So this is one of my many spreadsheets I got going on. Many different spreadsheets in the work of my book. In fact, you want to see spreadsheets on top of spreadsheets. I don't even know what these guys are anymore. I got so many. Watch this. I got all these freaking spreadsheets. Spreadsheets, 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 spreadsheets. Yeah, it goes on and on and on. It's just like I can't stop, dude. It's like an addiction to do more and more spreadsheets. Spreadsheets, graphs, spreadsheets, graphs, spreadsheets, graphs, spreadsheets, graphs. I got an addiction. I got a problem, people. I got a problem. And cowbell is the only thing that can solve it. More cowbell. All right, so let's go over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a guy who's retired and he's got $1 million in his portfolio, the retirement portfolio. He's going to draw 4% a year adjusted with inflation. All right. And what he's going to do, we're going to use an inflation rate of 3%, and we're going to put him in 100% CDs, fixed annuities, bonds that pay 3% a year. All right, that's it. So he's literally dipping into principal every year because he's not keeping up with this 4% he needs. Does that make sense? So he's getting 1%, 1.03 is 3% a year. Inflation is 3%, 1.03 as well. All right. So we start with $100,000 million. We take 40,000 out. He's down to 960. All right. Then that 960, we come over here. We times that 960 by 3% rate of return, and now he's at 988. We times the 4%, all right, so 40,000 times 3% inflation, he needs 41,200. And we do this, we can see the withdrawal percentage is going up, 4.17, 4.35. So he's only getting 3% rate of return with a 3% inflation. So he's netting nothing. Does that make sense? It's a big fat nothing he's netting. All right? And you can see what happens. So it's just basically keeping up with inflation. That's it. But unfortunately, because he's only getting 3%, he's going to run out of money at some point because he's taken initially a 4% withdrawal rate adjusted with inflation. Inherently, this can't keep going on forever. You can see he runs out of money in 2049, which is in year 25. All right, 2025, 2049. So he ran out of money in year 2025, year 25. So assuming he lived 25 years in retirement, which is a very small assumption anyway, he did run out of money. So I thought he said it's going to work. Oh, it's going to work. Check this out. He's got a home value of $500,000. We expect a 2% appreciation on the home value. So the home value will be less than the average inflation rate. We're expecting inflation to be higher, 50% above home value appreciation. Just going to show you the negative aspects we're showing here. He's going to do a reverse mortgage line of credit for $125,000, 25% of his home value. But we are expecting a reverse mortgage line of credit to grow at 6% a year, because if you actually look and know how reverse mortgage line of credits work, they use the current inflation rate or the current interest rate on debt. That would be your reverse mortgage line of credit. All right, so we're going to say the reverse mortgage line of credit is growing at 6% a year. And you can see for yourself what is going on in the reverse mortgage markets. If the interest rate that you're charged to borrow money is 7%, that's what you get on the reverse mortgage line of credit. Now, I'm not sure that's going to keep going forever. I don't know. That could be. I have a sneaky suspicion that that will probably be kiboshed at some point, just because I don't think that was what the reverse mortgage was ever intended, but I love it. So you get a reverse mortgage line of credit that's growing at 6% a year. So you can see we take it, got a quarter of the value of the home. If home is only appreciated by 2%, reverse mortgage is appreciated by 6%. And you can see by the time 2049 rolls around, right here, the home is only worth $804,000, but the reverse mortgage line of credit is worth $500,000. All right? But now he needs, how much does he need? He needs $83,000 of income, because that 4% a year, adjusted for inflation, is $83,000 a year at 3% inflation. So now he has to tap into his reverse mortgage line of credit, and he's got to get $83,000 is what it's costing him. All right, or what he needs to take from the reverse mortgage line of credit. The next year he's got to take another, let's see here, and you got to take another amount of money. In this case, he's got to take another $86,000. The next year, he's got to take another $88,000, $91,000, $94,000, and all those things are growing at a 6% inflation, or 6% rate of return, 6% interest, because the reverse mortgage has a fee to it, i.e., in terms of the interest they have. So the reverse mortgage line of credit is growing at 6% a year each and every year. He starts taking the money out. The line of credit is still growing, and on top of that, you can see the line of credit is still growing, but the debt is also growing now at the rate that the line of credit is. So $83,000 the first year, $86,000 the next, $88,000 the next, $91,000 the next, $94,000 the next. All right. So he's borrowed $444,000 to help augment his income for retirement, but he owes $499,000 because of 6% that the reverse mortgage line of credit is costing him. He still has another line of credit available of $177,000. All right, so he still can borrow against it, and he still has equity of $887 minus $499, so he still got almost $400,000 of equity. All this is tax-free, by the way. But notice he might have run out of money, but he did not run out of income because he had the reverse mortgage line of credit growing with him while he was pulling money out of his retirement accounts. And that's just assuming a no real rate of return. What if we gave a we got 4% rate of return as opposed to 3%, so 1.04. And you can see right here, he doesn't run out of money. Again, this is assuming a 4% withdrawal rate with inflation at 3%. That seems pretty reasonable. 4% fixed for 30 years, 3% inflation rate. I mean, that's not, I don't think we're swinging for the fences here. Here he ran out of money in 2053. All right, so here he ran out of money in 2053, so we don't even have to take money until here. And by then, we go 0, boink, 0, boink, 0, boink, and we take how much he needs right there. Yeah, right there. So here, he only needs, let's go equal sum. Let's do these guys right here. Boink and boink. Here he borrowed $185, and it's going to cost him $6,000 of interest, so he's going to owe $191. He still has an equity of his home of $887 minus $677. Oh, it's $887, excuse me, minus this guy right here. So whatever that is, that's $600,000 of equity. He's still got a reverse mortgage line of credit available of roughly $486,000. He didn't run out of money. He didn't run out of money. No, he ran out of investments, but he didn't run out of money. He has money to pay the bills, and that's for 30 years without any risk at all. And that's with a 4% rate of return and a 3% inflation. Well, if you got a 4% rate of return and a 2% inflation, which seems reasonable again to me, same thing. Here, he never ran out of money. Look at this. Now, his distribution amount is 27% by the time he dies, because he only has, let's see, how much has he got left in his portfolio? He's only got $323,000 left, and he needs $71,000 because he's taking a withdrawal rate is only 2% inflation. He's taking withdrawal of $71,000. So it just goes to show you, we've got 3% rate and 2% inflation, same thing. He ran out of money in year 2053, year 28. Dude, why would you not, I was just talking to people today, and they're up in PA. I said, you going to stay in your house? And yeah, most likely. We're good here. So why would you not take a reverse mortgage line of credit? Just let that sucker grow. Even if you don't use it, it's there. It just grows at whatever the current interest rate is. Now, none of these things are going to be fixed. We don't know what the inflation rate is going to be year over year. It's not going to be fixed every year. Your rate of return is going to be fixed every year. I mean, you can get, like I said, a 5.25 fixed annuity for 10 years, and who knows? Your reverse mortgage line of credit might not grow at 6% every year. It might grow more, might grow a little bit less. We don't know. But why would you not get a reverse mortgage line of credit just to lock that in, man? And especially if you don't need to use it until you're freaking 88 years old, the likelihood of you having an upside down equity, it's just so small. And even if you did, it doesn't matter. If you don't have no kids, who cares? You're just like, all right, I'll leave the bank. If I'm upside down, I don't care. Anyway, just something I thought I'd share with you. I thought it was pretty interesting. God bless, smash, tickle, fondle, and kiss that like button if you haven't subscribed yet. What are you doing? Do it. Just do it. Don't be a sucker. Just do it.